Greetings, vloggers, followers, and podders. Dustin from Dustin's Dynasty here at you today. Today I want to first apologize for the audio last week. It was sort of poor. I used the camera audio microphone to use the audio from a microphone, and I was a little distant from that. And I want to apologize first and foremost for that. I have a different headset on, and hopefully by the first of the year, I'm hoping to purchase a microphone so that I can have a different setup with the mic with the blogging and the vlogging that I do. First off, I want to thank you for joining me today. And today we're gonna talk about how a month. We're in November now. This is November 2022. I just want to have a quick shout out for 2 years of being independent in this current living situation, and I'm doing very well right now, and I'm having a good moment. So that's a good thing. But one of the things I wanted to really hone in on is part of being an independent, and we can say this is part of my independent living series playlist, is the fact that I relied a lot on Doordash and deliveries last month and into the end of September, and was not really getting out and about like I was this month in November. As a result, I realized I gained over 15 pounds possibly as a result of not taking care of not getting out and about in the neighborhood. And we had some good weather, we had some bad weather, we had some really cold weather here in southwestern Pennsylvania. As you see by now, this picture was taken earlier this week on the bike trail near my house, and we have had a very the leaves are starting to fall, and they've even fallen more this afternoon when I went for a walk with my family member. But today we are but today I am started with this day four. We're in a new month of No Delivery November. And why I'm calling it No Delivery November is that I'm trying to not use as many deliveries as I possibly can to get things. And I know it's a hard feat. I didn't realize how much I was spending until I realized I was spending nearly half my income in the course of over 5 to 6 weeks on specifically food, the food that was delivered here to the house. And generally, that food would consist of an entree or a side dish and soda, usually one or two bottles, when very well I could walk. And in fact, right now, the bridge is nearing completion near my house. So, yay, that. And I can walk to a dollar store, a pharmacy, or a grocery store within a 15-minute walk and be able to get the things that I need. Yet I was relying on these delivery sources who charge sometimes upwards of $3 for a 2 liter bottle of soda, and in addition to that, they were charged of it not being the right soda that was healthy for me. I was drinking a cold hard Coca-Cola, which I love it. It's a weakness. It's a trigger for me. I do enjoy it, but in fact, that was probably one of the contributing factors of it showing up on the scale. My behaviors being bad. I wasn't taking my medicine off and on. I'm starting to get back on right now. As of Friday, it was I've been on 4 days again, and I'll get back to that on TikTok later tonight. I'm planning on that, doing a TikTok. So if you haven't followed me on TikTok, please do, and I will we'll get into that tonight. But back to the DoorDash thing, I just don't think how much we realize how convenient things are when they can be brought to us at our doorstep, and how we just don't want to deal with things like going out. And there's a lot of anxiety sometimes with going out with me with autism. For example, this morning, I was going to go to McDonald's this morning. However, when I went outside, I seen they were paving the approaches to the bridge as they are nearing for preparation. So I decided to take a rain check on that and go out later today. And as a result, I did cook breakfast, and I had a very healthy breakfast. So I feel good about that. I also feel good about, the fact that I'm able to control my food intake as much as I can and keep the menus that I say I wasn't doing, but I'm now doing, and keeping very much on point with the menus, more routinely and regimented than I was before. I have to keep those for the weight loss support group, and as such, I have been. And it's very imperative that I do that, because I know what I'm doing. I know what I need to work on, so on and so forth. In fact, today I did go out later this afternoon. I did go to the dollar store to get some things, and on the way home, I stopped at Little Caesars and to get a little thing of cheesy bread, and I did incorporate that into the calories of my day, and I'm right now around my target. I have about 200, 300 calories to go on approximately. But as far as weight goes, I'm looking to lose about 12 or so more pounds than what I did than where I am right now at the beginning of November. We didn't have a weigh-in last week at the weight loss meeting, so that kind of pushed that back um, a bit. Also, that we only have a few weigh-ins a couple weigh-ins and a couple meetings until the end of the year. And in our chapter of our group of our nonprofit weight loss support group, which I've talked about at various times, we run our goals or our register year count from January to December. So at the end of December is what I have and what I'll be eligible for any awards that I may have. So that is, I do have a goal in mind to be at. I'm probably already overachieving that goal right now, and I'm hoping to do so by the end of next Monday. But we're going to keep it up, and I've been doing things to help incorporate healthy cooking, healthy wellness, anything trying to move more. And I have to say thank you to my mother for that, because just as we took this picture a couple days ago on the bike trail near our house, I'm getting out, I'm getting moving. In fact, on Wednesday, when I was at the day program, I did move to go to the election bureau and return my mail-in ballot. So if you haven't voted, and if you're in the states, most states do. Some states do have mail-in or early voting. So if you can take advantage of that, please do. If you feel safe doing that and don't want to be in the hot mess of the polls. Also, we don't specifically have early voting, but you can get your ballot, and when your ballot is received, you can drop it off at the election bureau. In my county, you can. Some counties have drop-off boxes, but ours does not. So you have to go to the election bureau, which is in the county seat in a building. And so I went there and dropped my ballot off this week, and then I went and checked out another initiative that I'm working on, and then I went back to the day program for a bit, and then we did the wellness walk that we normally do for 20 or 30 minutes, and then in the evening I walked a mile and a half, and I walked a mile and a half today as well, and a mile on about a mile or so on Tuesday, I believe. So we've been pretty hopping, and I'm getting back into things. As far as the weight loss goes, maybe I'll start the wellness channel again that I had going on. And maybe that kind of incorporates this video into that and makes this kind of like a hybrid switch, so to say. But it can be very easy to just the whole concept is you can very easily fall into the comfort of just ordering food to have it dropped off at the door, or have it just at your doorstep within a few clicks, and have it here. And people started, Doordash started to know where I live, what apartment I was in, all those sort of things. And so became really noticeable, I think. And just for me, weight wise, and financially, I think it became more noticeable that I was spending excessive amounts of money just on food and drink for myself and no one else. And very rarely did that last more than one meal, to be quite honest. So it was quite concerning. It was quite challenging at times, and I don't think I realized how bad it was until I noticed the finances reach a certain point, and I was like, well, we got to cut this back. And I also want to be healthier. That's a whole long story within itself, but eventually I hope to lose, maybe 50 to 100 pounds at some point in my life. And, to do that, I have to do the right thing, which means cook, exercise, be active, all of those things. You have to start moving and grooving, so to say, and keep going. So that all those things are important. And what better way to do that in this 2-year anniversary of living in this current home that I have, and I'm keeping it well and I'm maintaining well. What better way to do that than to take a step for the better and make an improvement as far as improving your mental health, your physical health, and your spiritual health by allowing yourself uh, to get back in their rhythm with what needs to be done. And I have to say, it was done in 2022 a little bit in August, and I kind of fell off the wagon a little bit. And before that, in 2021, I was really adamant on the walking piece, and I felt kind of went off the wayside with that. And it's going to get cooler, but not this week, not next week. So we have some opportunities to get out there and get some more exercise before the snow flies. I did hear, some early Christmas music on one of the radio stations today, and I was like ready to freak out because, I'm not ready for Christmas. I don't think anybody is. You still need to celebrate Thanksgiving, the fall, the autumn, if that's your sort of thing. And I really take that holiday to heart, and really enjoy the gathering of family. And well, I used to have a lot of family, and for a while I was going into the community dinners, and just a lot of that gathering, and that's what it's all about with Thanksgiving. But you just take life one day at a time, and I think that's all you can do, and that's what I'm doing with this weight loss thing. It's a challenge. Actually, my Fitbit broke off a couple of days ago, and I had to order a new band. So it's going to be in the process. So it is coming, and I'm hoping to get back. I'll be next week. So it's just we're having challenges along the way, but we're fighting those barriers and coming up with our own ways. Another thing I found that it was very interesting about weight loss that was really set the tone a couple weeks ago. When I was going to my weight loss support group, somebody had said about the importance of having water, and for a long time I didn't drink water, and I didn't realize how much water I had stored, how many bottles of water I had stored down in the vegetable crisper of my refrigerator until I actually looked. I had some bottles of the big 20 ounce, and I had some that was given to me by a food donation. So I think that's all important and well, and having those elements, available to you, and understanding that you need to have a way to make sure that you are nourished properly, and not just emptying up using empty calories, or having beverages that are not the best for you. I think that's also important, and I'm hoping someday I can make my own decision and go to the gym that I want, and you know uh start that process when the weather gets too bad to exercise or do anything to make some sort of activity go forward. I think things are turning a corner as far as the living situation after 2 years. So I'm hoping that goes as well, too, so that we can get better at things, with life and hopefully moving forward. So with that being said, I want to thank you for listening. I know it was kind of a ramble again, but it was kind of a general update, about how, things can get out of hand, and how you have to reel in and have to do the right thing sometimes, even though, if it is even something as simple as food and activity that, it may seem that you have to do. So, I think that's important. I want to thank you again for listening and watching. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dustin's Dynasty, on the web at dustinsdynastyusa.com, uh, Pinterest too at Dustin's Dynasty, Dustin's Dynasty. Link Pinterest, Facebook. Um, Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest at Dustin's Dynasty, TikTok at Dustin's Dynasty ASD, on the web at www.dustinsdynastyasd. Uh, be sure to like and subscribe to this video if you haven't already, and be sure to tap a notification bell when you want to hear more videos. Also, be sure to like me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest at Dustin's Dynasty, on the web at DustinsDynastyUSA.com, on TikTok at Dustin's Dynasty ASD, and there's also a mirrored channel, Dustin's Dynasty TikToks. You can also find this channel at Dustin's Dynasty. I want to thank you for listening, and be sure to have a good day, everyone. Take care for now.